Best of the
Commander.
best.
We got no regrets. What's the plan? GSL. Kaboom, baby! Go on.
Hot 6 GSL Season 4 Swoshin, Reno, Patty, Symbol, Yoda, Byun, Hyoru, JD, Kyoryu, Marine King, Byun, Lei, Happy, Genius, Teja, Mana, MMA, MVP, Naniwa, Hatu, Sniper, Squatter, Nasty, Life, JYP, Supernova, Gonglegu, Bomo, Voltu, Gumio, MC, Sid.
From Seoul, Korea, and welcome to GSL Codes. We're here in Group D. Jason Artos is here. We've had some crazy games so far, my friend.
Dude, this season, every day is going long. There's a lot of close games. It's really hard to predict who's actually coming out of groups. It's been a blast.
It's been crazy. I know I keep repeating it, but this is the best group. There's a bug in my face. Excuse me. This is the best group.
No, that's your nose.
That's my nose. No, it's not. That we've ever had in GSL Codes history. It's been insane. It's so cool now that StarCraft 2 is so figured out. Heart of the Swarm is around the corner.
Yeah.
It's like right when we finally get this down,
we're gonna mess it all up again.
But no, it's been insane. We saw some great games yesterday. Jaedong did not manage to get through the group.
Nope,
which a lot of people
he played
expected him.
really well, though. Really
Yes,
well.
it was really, really cool.
Maybe next season.
I'm not even joking when I say there's actually literally an insect that keeps flying in front of my. Did you get it? All right, I'm so sorry. There's this bug that keeps flying in my face.
I don't know if I got it.
No, you didn't get it. I saw it get away. It'll be back. It'll be back for the next group. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. It's a real treat to be down here. Cast these games. These games have been so insane. And statistically, these games have just been getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
Because people are no longer making mistakes.
No.
People are no longer taking massive, well, I guess I don't want to say stupid risks, but not calculated risks whatsoever. So it's been a blast. I'm really happy, Artosis.
Good. I'm glad that you're happy. I want you to be happy. That's what everyone really wants. Let's take a look at the results from yesterday. Curious got out in first place with some just stellar play. Marine King barely getting out in second place. Should have lost to Jaedong. Almost lost to MC. Not should have, but almost did. MC did a perfect counter in Game 3 and then screwed it all up. It was really sad, and he knew it, man. He was like, oh, he made a second rope off one base. He went for a counterattack when all he had to do was defend.
That's fatigue, I think.
Could be.
Occasionally
you don't see MC do stuff like that very often.
I don't think we've ever seen him do anything like that. But that does happen. Yeah, made two robos off one base, and I mean that's economically you're just screwed. So on to today's matchups, we have Byun, Rain, which is a different Rain from the Rain you might have known from previous seasons. Actually, we're just going to get right into this. Artosis, tell us about these guys.
Byun. He's really good. He got very deep last season, Tasteless, with his own style of TVP. And then, of course, we have Rain. He is considered the best Kespa player. I totally agree with it. A lot of people think he might even be able to take this GSL. We also have Happy, the second best Terran player on IM. He crushed his group in up and downs. Just total solid play from him. And then last, but certainly not least, Genius. One of the smartest and longest-lasting Protosses in the world.
Yeah, champion of the first BlizzCon that hosted StarCraft 2.
Yep.
Which was a real treat to cast.
Went to a GSL Finals somewhat recently as well. Lost to DRG, his friend.
One of my personal favorites to cast, actually.
Yeah, that was a good one. He's one of my favorite Protosses. So our first match should be exciting. Byun is really, really good at this matchup. He mixes in more tanks than most players, has his own way of playing it for sure. Rain, very solid, a.k.a. Byun for any of you that remember him from StarCraft 1. Not a big-time StarCraft 1 guy. You know, he was obviously very good, but he is godly at StarCraft 2. So I'm excited to see, can the last Kespa player left in this tournament this season actually make it to the round of 16?
Yeah, you know, so far the Kespa guys, not to say that they're bad, but they haven't been matching up right now in Code S compared to some of these other guys. Understandable, of course, because they don't have the experience, but that could all change. We're going to see here, starting with this game, Byun up against Rain for Group D, game number 1, series number 1 in this GSL Code S.
GSL. Welcome to GSL Cloud Kingdom.
All right, let's do this. In the bottom left, we have our Terran player new to Code S. No, he's not. Excuse me. That's a player. I'm sorry. Brain fart. We have our player, very talented. He has a cute puppy. His ideas.
Byun Prime.
He's taking some deep breaths.
Trying to calm himself down,
Yep.
man. Hard match for him.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on this guy right now. Excuse me now. Let me not bungle this one. Our player new to Code S, representing the Kespa scene. Supposedly the best guy from the Kespa scene, in fact. We're going to see if that's the case today. His ID is
SK Telecom T1, Rain.
SK Telecom T1. Probably the most legendary team in StarCraft 1. It's a team that Boxer basically just built. You know, they kind of built it off of him. It has a ridiculous amount of championships in it. It's kind of like the IM of StarCraft 1.
Well said, well said. Yeah, and in case you guys aren't familiar with what SK Telecom is, that it's a telecommunications company out here.
Yeah,
so
it's
my
the biggest cell phone one.
Yeah, so it's actually, just to give you guys an idea, because for instance, I know a lot of our viewers are American, might not be familiar with these companies, but that is a serious, I believe it's one of the top 10 biggest companies in the country.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's like, there's SK Telecom, there's CJ, LG, Samsung,
Hyundai,
and then,
yeah, a few others.
But,
to put it in perspective, guys, if you're like from America, let's say, it's like AT&T or Verizon sponsoring a StarCraft team.
Yeah.
And it costs them like more than $1 million a year to do that. So there you go. That's a lot of money put into these guys. So the probe did scout that it looks like it's probably just going to be a 1 Rax expand. In the meantime, our Protoss player Rain looks like he's doing an Expandawa. Just 2 probes in each gas. Probably going to make a Nexus off of this. I would love to see Byun actually do the offensive eBay here.
Yeah.
It'd be a great scenario for it.
Dude, that's a good call right there.
Yeah, because there's no Zealot. He's just going straight into Stalker. So that makes it really good to do. But he's not going to do it. That's fine.
Now, as far as voting goes, Byun overwhelmingly beating Rain. And part of me feels like that might be people unfamiliar with who Rain is.
Oh, I would say certainly.
Or confusing him with the other Rain.
Could be. Could be. But I guarantee you Rain has a decent chance at making it out of this group. For anyone that's watched any of his games so far, you're going to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He looks really great.
Good. So, Artosis, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Feel great. Feel happy. I'm watching some awesome StarCraft.
I got some news for you guys. Are you ready for me to make the announcement, Artosis?
What announcement? Are we engaged?
He's being shy.
Yeah,
we bought juicers.
That's right.
That's right. We're juicer nerds now.
That's right.
So every morning, we sync it up at the same time.
I don't know if that's true.
We make sure we're in matching outfits while we're in our separate apartments, but we have been grinding up veggies in a juicer. That's right. Yeah. It's sick, man. I can't believe I wasn't doing this before.
It's delicious. Healthy.
Yeah. So now you guys know. I wanted to wait for the right moment, and there it is.
Well, you did it, Tasteless.
All right, it's out there.
Thanks for having the bravery.
So we got the Robo Bay coming up here. 2 more gateways. We'll follow that up. Very standard stuff.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I expect to see here out of range. Just a standard opening here. You know, he doesn't have to play gimmicky. Meanwhile, we actually have Byun getting quick stim off 2 Raxes, going right into his factory and right into his starport. Now, will he go for siege tanks? Probably, I would think, would make a reactor first on the factory just for the medevacs, but then maybe we'll go into siege tanks. Definitely a possibility. And his style that he uses with a lot of siege tanks and marines can be very good against Twilight style play. But if your opponent goes for a lot of Colossus, it's a lot harder to use siege tank marine against that.
So he got those sentries out early on, so he'd have the money to get those gateways. And of course now the sentries can get a little bit more energy for when they're going to be used later on. And Forge coming up next.
Yeah, just 1 Forge. Throwing up 2 more gases as well, so I gotta wonder exactly what his plan is for that. I thought he started 2 Forges and canceled one.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that.
I think he did. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye, but I'm not sure. So, whatevs. As far as Byun goes, he's actually still making some Hellions, so it looks like he might do like a little Marine poke with a Hellion drop, that type of thing. Try to like, maybe a Marine drop to make all the units go up to the main, and then bring the Hellions into the natural. It could be something like that. But it looks like it is going to be the actual Hellion drop.
We'll see how effective this is. This is actually one of those builds. What Byun's doing is one of those like ladder builds.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
it's a pretty sneaky little thing.
It's a basic maneuver where if the player can't deal with 2 locations at the same time, they're gonna get hurt. It could cost them the game. At the same time, if you can't juggle 2 tasks at the same time and require focus, then it's gonna cost you. So this could go either way.
Now, an observer flew by just as he picked up the last Hellion. I'm not sure if he saw that or not. Hard to say. Now, Byun does have stim, no combat shields. And let's see, what is he going to do here?
Is he going to try to elevator this? Yeah, he's going to elevator this. All right.
Immediately going after these probes. And
whoa, nice probe control there.
Yeah,
actually really good. I thought he was going to get nuked there, but no, he did really good. Now the front's exposed. Stimming and coming in. Can he get these sentries?
Whoa! Snaps all 3 of them. Really well done. Should be picking up now that the Colossus is down here, though. And in fact, he
really
does.
Nice. By the way, did you notice he got each one to like 1 hit point before he hit the other one?
The sentries?
Yeah, he got each sentry into the red, then he attacked the other one. That one got into the red, and he attacked the 3rd one.
Yeah, I did.
Luckily, he actually got all 3, but armor upgrade about to finish here.
Now, Rain is actually going up to 5 gates. He has 1 Forge. He's still producing Colossi. The Colossi not going to have Thermalance yet. Hasn't started that. Interesting build so far by Rain here. You don't necessarily need Thermalance this quickly, so it's not actually too big a deal. And Byun is trying to come up here and maybe catch these Stalkers, but he didn't stim. If he did, he might have caught some of them. Huh.
STV ready.
All right, looks like we could have an engagement here. That's really too bad that Rain lost all those. He lost all those sentries.
Yeah,
because that really knocks you back. There's one unit you want to snipe early in this match, it's the sentries, but looks like we're gonna have a drop up here. This should be deflected. Let's see if he gets the meta back now.
Not quite. In the meantime, there was a little scuffle over at the 3rd. Nothing real big happening there.
Blink is on the way.
Getting his Thermalance as well.
Looks like Terran's going to be getting 1-1 here for the upgrades.
And I think we're just going to see an expansion here by Rain. You know, just a pretty standard and safe opening by him. Interesting to watch him go just 1 Forge. You might just add a 2nd Forge here. And you know, by going just 1 Forge, you can get a few more units out, be a little bit safer, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what phase of the game you're trying to invest in, you know. Especially against Protoss, you have to be very calculated with when you're going to get your upgrades because they can chrono boost, of course.
Certainly. Now, as far as Byun goes, doesn't look like he wants to do, obviously, any siege tanks because the factory is floating around. Well, he's seen Colossus anyway, so not really the best choice to go for Marine tank here. But he is keeping up on his upgrades pretty well. They're going to be just about even in upgrades.
All right, so the factory's being used to scout because he doesn't actually need to make any factory units, so you might as well utilize that in some way. A little bit of harass here. Byun goes ahead and picks up, backs off. I don't know if that medevac over there is going to be of too much use with only 3 Marines in it.
Yeah,
in the corner. I almost feel like you should send that back home.
Yeah, maybe refill it up at least.
Yeah.
Heal it up a little bit maybe too. Because with Blink out now, I mean, very easy to snipe that off, especially 3 Marines. You're not even going to worry about those.
Right.
So right now, supply-wise, we do have Byun up a bit, but not a gigantic deal. His third base is just starting mining, and the next is about to finish for Rain, so he's going to get his economy going very well and be able to catch up on that, you know, close enough that it's not going to make a huge difference in these battles. But I do want to point out that actually Byun is getting his second starport, so that's really good. I do love that timing of that second starport. That's
and he's going to reactor it too.
Yeah, that's very reactive of him.
Yeah, Artosis it is.
But no, I do love to see that. You know, this means that he can actually make enough Vikings to deal with Colossi counts and actually still have medevacs out even if he loses a few here and there on drops. Very good to see.
All right, Vikings are bunching together now, along with the rest of the army in the middle of the map. And overall, you know, Byun's basically just had this little bit of a lead here the entire time. No, Protoss is only moving out with Stalkers because they can blink away.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, this is actually, I wish we would see more of this, to be totally honest.
Yeah, this is something that you don't see too many Protosses do. It's every now and then you see it. MC is someone that definitely has done it a lot in the past, but he's utilizing these Stalkers as active units because they can always get away. So he doesn't have to lose anything. He's just using additional APM to do harassment, which is great. I mean, he picked off a Marine, did some damage here and there. Really nicely done.
All right, little drop over here. Again, this is just not going to do anything. He should never have even used that, but this drop could.
It definitely could.
Oh my God, nice dodge on those force fields.
Oh, he's got to be careful here. A lot of units going down. But that drop in the main is not being dealt with, Tasteless.
Doing a lot of damage to these probes. He might be able to get some tech buildings over here. It doesn't seem like the Protoss has reacted properly yet. Going for the Templar Archives is probably the most pivotal building at this point in time in the game, since that's the next tech switch you want to do. Byun pokes back in here again. He gets it. He will probably pick up and leave in a moment. The mineral is actually acting as a funnel here for these Zealots.
And in fact, he's killed 20 probes as well as that Templar Archives. A great job done here by Byun. Really great job. Look at the supply, man. He's up still by about, what, 24? He's in good shape.
This game has basically been a series of really well executed jabs by Byun against Rain.
Yeah, it's really well done. Now, we do have Byun just continuing medevac and Viking production. I love it. He's got decent upgrades, macroing very well, adding his Raxes, getting his fourth base ready, doing everything right, really. He's looking just sharp as can be this season.
Yeah, this guy is on the ball right now. Now, Rain's not out of this yet. He's just taken several, blows here. He's definitely still got a shot, but Byun is looking very sleek right now. He looks like he might try to go in here and see if he can't hit these Colossi.
And here we go! A nice blink under, trying to target down these Vikings as quickly as he can. One of the Colossus has fallen already. The Zealots charging forward. Really just Guardian Shield being used by the Sentries. Does he actually have enough units here to stop this huge amount of Marines and Marauders? That is the question.
That exchange went pretty favorably there for Byun. What is the Sentry energy at Artosis?
He has actually a good amount. He has one that's basically maxed, one at about 125, and the other's empty. So he can throw down some Force Fields or Guardian Shields as he sees fit. Still has 3 Colossus, which is quite important as well.
As you can see, an engagement over here. Not going to be very impactful. Oftentimes, Terrans don't have any defense there, but Byun has not missed anything, to be totally honest.
Hasn't missed a beat, Tasteless.
Yes. No, he's actually looking pretty bulletproof, man.
Yeah. Just everything very solid for him. His macro is off the hook. Just so many Raxes in his main. Very neatly arranged as well. His upgrades just continue to go. He's got 3-3 on the way. But of course, we have 3-3 on the way for Rain as well. But Byun is going to have that 4th base mining in just a second.
All right, nice scan. And there's one stray Colossus here. Okay, he does pull it back. Storm is almost done.
That's right. That's going to be very important. In fact, this might not be the best attack here. We do have a lot of Zealots up there getting beyond the Stalkers, and Psystorm is done. Down it goes, and Byun's going to have to run away.
He's on the run right now.
Byun on the run.
Yes, he is. I think Byun that may have been Byun's first overextension.
Yeah,
I feel like actually,
so.
if you look on the mini-map, and we'll get a shot of that in a sec, but on the mini-map here, he's just expanded. I don't know if he needed to attack at that moment. I think, yeah, just to make sure the Protoss didn't expand at the same time. Now, Protoss has a little bit of wiggle room here. Protoss is going to go and expand, too. Now, Protoss is going to attack here.
You know, if Byun was maxed out right now, he wouldn't be really that scared of this attack, but he did lose a lot of units there, so he isn't. And a lot of SCVs. Uh-oh.
That's the real story here.
Oh, my God. 17 SCVs.
Yeah, he pulled out the command center, but that's not enough. You got to move the SCVs, too.
That's pretty huge, actually. What a mistake here by Byun, but he does have a lot of command centers, so he can drop a lot of mules as well. Now, the 4th base is going down for Rain. It's about halfway done. If he can get that mining pretty quickly here, add his production facilities as well, he is going to be feeling just completely in charge of this game.
All right, the Zealots, Stalkers, Colossi, Templars, Sentries all moving out right now. Outside here. Now, this is exactly what Byun should have just done, is he wants to occupy this location. You don't actually have to attack him here. Or you can attack him here. All right.
He's going
Let's see if this works.
Well, we're going to have to see hitting any side storms. A beautiful side storm all over those Vikings. Look at those Vikings. Almost no health left over. Some more Vikings entering the fray. He does have a lot of units still left over. The 2 of the Colossi there in the battle go down. The other 2 actually just
the Vikings are going to wreck the Colossi here.
Oh, wow.
And that is exactly why he should not have attacked into that. There was no need to do that. He basically, look, he had an initial expansion up and running. He had the position play over there. And, you know, when you attack into that area, the command center that's actually planted there kind of acts as a funnel, and we saw that with the Colossi attacking that.
Yeah. And I have to say that 2 of the Colossi just were not participating in that battle for a long time. They were attacking the command center, which is just, that's not worthwhile at all. That's actually a big mistake by Rain there. That whole battle would have looked different if he had brought those forward. Well,
all right, the shield's now being upgraded. Is Protoss at 3-3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both players are at 3-3 at this point. +2 on the way for Viking attack, which is quite nice. A lot of medevacs popping out as well. Those double starports have truly helped Byun out here.
All right. He has reclaimed that location, and Byun is going to be in a lead here economically. He does have that upper, or center left, I should say, expansion as well. And this is just, so far, Rain, you know, he had one moment where he was ahead, but he kind of squandered that. And kind of just ran into that location at the 3rd base.
Yeah.
So, let's see where it goes from here. Byun and Rain have both sort of backed off from each other. We see Rain sending out lots of Zealots like this, little pairs like this to hit SCVs, which is always good because it keeps the Terran honest. They got to stay at home.
That's right.
And now we're going to watch my first Viking versus Zealot battle ever.
This doesn't go too well.
Turns out Vikings aren't that good against anything on the ground.
No.
No.
Turns out they are not.
They're not.
Well, Byun is still like posturing himself for some attacks because he is taking that base behind this area. But he has to be really careful. That defensive position, he's got so many Templars there spread out so they not 2 of them can be EMP'd at the same time. He's got like 10 of them sitting there. So
yeah.
He's got to be really careful.
All right. Again, with the Zealots here, this is just one way to keep Rain a little bit safe for the time being. I think Rain needs to expand probably to the upper left corner. We're going to have a storm here, and there's an attack over here as well. That is definitely going to die. Back over here. Sick.
Really well done. And he is even getting an Archon out.
Oh, look at that. Okay, now there's a good player. Look at Rain goes back after that. That's one mistake we see on all levels of StarCraft is when people just keep going.
Yeah.
Artosis doesn't do that, though. I played you in StarCraft 1. God.
I go
damn,
home, man.
Artosis.
I go home.
This guy turtles more than a turtle. Than a turtle, man, yeah. And turtles do that a lot. So, all right, we got an engagement near the center.
Ooh, nice storm on
really
those Vikings.
Yeah.
Another nice storm on the Vikings, in fact. And storing Vikings is one of the most powerful things you can do in this matchup. If they can't touch your Colossi, you will just win the battle.
Yeah, exactly. If they lose all the Vikings, then the Colossi are just supreme. Right, but the Colossi out of position now.
Another storm on those Vikings. So many High Templars back here, and the 2 cannons doing a good job of zoning ghosts out.
All right, he's coming in here now, hitting hard on the ground.
Wow, look at that. The Vikings almost all gone. Byun's army just in shambles right now. And he even has speed for his observers. God, I love this Protoss.
Yeah, he's actually great. Okay, now this is how you win. While all this is going on, Byun's not going to be making enough money. Do it again.
Getting a lot of kills here. And Rain is taking this top left, of course, but that's in a hard position to actually hold. And in fact, Byun's not going to go for that. He's going to start poking down the ramp again. But his Viking count just keeps getting reset by these High Templars.
All right, I think Byun might have to back off here. I think Byun is not actually, if you look at the supplies, I don't think Byun's fully aware of actually how behind he is.
Yeah,
because he's like actually,
right about that.
He's getting way too in the Protoss's face. He's actually feeding the Protoss at this point in time. All right, I guess he's gonna warp in around these Marauders. Ah, what is that? It's the problem, Marauders. They can't shoot up, they can't look up, they never saw it coming, Artosis.
No, they didn't. They just stood there. All right, here we go. The Vikings coming in once again, and he does take out the Colossi, but there's a lot of High Templars left here.
All right, he's continuing to chase it back. Terran units all turning orange and red, and GG. Bad end game by Byun. Really good early game, but man, Rain actually was the chess player there.
Yeah, he was very, very patient in this game.
Yeah, he really was.
I loved his defense at that 4th, but the thing is, Byun just kept attacking that 4th, and the 4th was set up perfectly. Again, there was 10 High Templars sitting around, spread out. There was Colossus in there with the rest of his army and some cannons to help zone out ghosts from coming in to pick off everything. So Byun just saw it and kept attacking, which, I mean, you have to learn eventually and be like, all right, this area is off limits for now.
Yeah.
Maybe try something else. Try some harassing the probes that are mining in the back and force him to come into you instead of going into him.
I think here's the real story is like, yeah, Byun had a lot of good engagements, but what Byun was doing in the early game, he should have kept doing in the late game, is what was Rain doing? Well, you know, all this stuff's going on. Rain storm drops.
Yeah.
Like
over and
4
over
times.
Yeah.
And what happens there is even if Rain doesn't win every engagement, the Terran just doesn't have enough money at the end of the day to make more stuff, and he's just kind of, he dries up basically.
Well, here's the thing, Byun fed that to him on a golden platter because when Rain's trying to do storm drops, he has to be in a defensive mode, and the fact that Byun just keeps on wanting to attack him, he has to sit there and say to himself, well, I guess I can just do storm drops all day. It doesn't take much of my supply. You know, he's taking 6 of his supply, 300 minerals and 300 gas to just constantly harass the economy of Byun while he just holds tight while Byun tries to eliminate his army with Vikings. Like sniping Colossi, it was against 10 defensive High Templars. You just cannot do that. You have to go somewhere else on the map, make him bring his High Templars, make them get clumped up, EMP them, do whatever you have to do, but you can't just attack in the same location over and over and hope to win.
I feel like, and I know I sort of brought this up earlier, actually I'll go ahead and get into that after the game starts up, but we're going into game number 2. Get hyped, nerds. Is Rain going to be the new Kespa Banjwa? I don't know. We're going to find out soon in game number 2 on Antigua Shipyard.